What's going on, everybody? Game Crunch back at it again. I got a little bit of disappointing news again for you guys. Sorry with all the negative news, but it's kind of some negative things going on lately. So, this report is about one of my favorite game franchises of all time. So, I'm a little disappointed by this news. Let's dive into it. But first, if it's your first time here, I go over all kinds of gaming news, make gaming related fun videos, stuff like that. If that's your jam, consider giving me a like and subscribe. Really helps the channel grow. Let's get right into this. I highlighted a bunch of key points here to kind of keep things short and sweet. And so this new report is bad news for Perfect Dark fans. Perfect Dark, at least the N64 one, is one of my all-time favorite games ever. It was way ahead of its time, and I'm really looking forward to this new entry in the Perfect Dark series. But this is bad news. Now, I know a couple months ago we did hear some bad news come out of the Perfect Dark camp, and basically saying that I think at that point they were saying they had like one kind of half-ass playable level, and that was pretty much it. Now we're getting more stuff, and then with the news yesterday about some of those Microsoft studios closing, this isn't looking good. So according to reports from several insiders, the development, and this is from our friends over on GameRant.com, development for the first-party Xbox game Perfect Dark is facing a lot of turmoil. With veteran developers like Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, so these are kind of like the talent that they're working with over there at the studio. Infinity Ward, BioWare, they've got some good talent over there to work on this game. And they've given the studio a lot of freedom to explain or to explore new things. So, and the studio there is the initiative. So here's what they go on to say. Credible industry insider Jeff Grubb reported on Giant Bomb podcast, never heard of that, sorry, that after a fallout of Xbox recent closures of 4 studios, he heard that Perfect Dark is in a very rough state. Now, we did hear about this a little while ago, and then bringing Crystal Dynamics in to help with the project hasn't benefited it in development much. So I think what we heard before was there's a lot of confusion with the direction that they're trying to take with this game, and there's a little bit more into that a little bit further down the article. They seem like they're really confused, like what they want to do and how they want to proceed, and I really hope that they kind of just, follow the original blueprint from Perfect Dark on the N64. Don't go the Perfect Dark Zero route. Please don't go the Perfect Dark Zero route and turn it into a little bit more cartoony, weird mess. Just keep it a little more on a little bit more serious note, kind of like the first Perfect Dark was. Obviously, it was very out there as far as the story and aliens and whatnot go, but it had a lot of serious subject matter, and I think that's the way they should take it. So Perfect Dark allegedly featured first-person gameplay. So they're talking about the new Perfect Dark because both the other Perfect Darks had first-person, except Perfect Dark Zero had all these weird third-person take cover sort of. It was weird. But Grubb explains that developers are unsure if that's the direction they want to take the game in. Please, for the love of God, keep it first-person. Let's go on to finish this article here. RPG site owner Alex Donaldson also chimed in, claiming they have heard crazy stories about Perfect Dark's development and likened the team's effort to pushing a boulder up a steep hill. And that probably just goes from what we keep hearing about changes of direction. There's been reports of different creative directors coming and going and people coming and going, and they can't, keep staff on the game. And then when new people come in, it probably changes the dynamic and changes ideas, and they shift where it's going. But he basically said, a big, protracted mess. The game has not been shown in any capacity since the CGI trailer in 2020, which is true. We haven't seen anything since the trailer in 2020. And neither the initiative or Xbox commented on the progress since 2022. They've kind of left it alone. So this kind of goes on. Perfect Dark might be years away from another meaningful showing, unfortunately, let alone its launch. On a gloomier note, the project could be axed altogether. Now that's where it gets a little scary, as Microsoft appears to be getting more stringent with IP investment, according to a recent internal email from Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty that announced the closure of 4 Bethesda studios. So that's what's really got me worried here, is that the initiative might be on the cutting room floor next if they don't get this Perfect Dark crap in order and push this game out the door. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today because I'm a huge, long-time Perfect Dark fan. I actually just played through it again for the first time in years. I played the Xbox remake sort of version of it, and I played through and beat the whole thing on what is it? Not Double O Agent, Perfect Agent. Went through and completed the whole thing because I never finished the game actually on all the hardest difficulty, and I thought something I wanted to do. And I did that with GoldenEye too, so I played through both of them. And yeah, it's just really disappointing to hear because Perfect Dark is just one of those super nostalgic and still one of those games that I still like to go back to this day and play. It's that good. It was so ahead of its time. Multiplayer's killer, story's killer, the whole thing. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys here any longer. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for made it to the end of the video. Again, if this is kind of your thing, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Take care.